So. Wir machen jetzt heute... Ja. Okay. Schauen wir mal, was passiert, wenn wir dem Erzähler folgen.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Hey.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Aber das ist doch gerade das Interessante daran. Ich will
It was
irgendwas mitnehmen.
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Stimmt. Kann ich mal was mitnehmen? Mann.
Are you really still in the broom
Still,
closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Ich mach was. Ich mach die Tür auf und zu.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Ja, das hättest du mal lieber gemacht.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Einfach mal hochgehen. Ball, Baum, Ball. Ich muss aber mal... Mann, Güte. Noch nicht mal aufs Klo gehen davon hier. Noch jemand da?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh mein Gott, eine Tastatur. Eine Zahlenkombination. Welche könnte es wohl sein?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Baustrahler. Und abwärts. Loading. Mouse action. Yay! Mouse, 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 mouse.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay. Hoffentlich werden die beantwortet.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Da steht Escape. Wollen wir flüchten? Wollen wir? Ich werde... Okay. Aha. Texte, die ich nicht lesen kann.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Ich habe die Kraft, das rauszufinden. Oder? Die ein Knopf mit Video. Ich will. Nimm den Kugelschreiber mit. Damit ich zumindest etwas mitnehmen kann. Da steht eine Kaffeetasse.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Und Aufzugknopf.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Großer roter Knopf, den ich nicht drücken kann. Alles ist offline. Okay. 2. 1. Na, wenn du meinst, dass wir es zerstören sollen, dann tun wir es.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Und was ist hinter dir?
And Stanley was happy.
Okay. Wir haben nicht das Gebäude gesehen. Beat the Game, Errungenschaft. Das heißt, wir haben das Spiel jetzt endgültig durchgespielt. Okay. Ja.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Aber es gibt noch so viele... Na, wobei...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Tja, Leute, das war's jetzt aber auch. Endgültig. Ich habe alle, beziehungsweise ich habe den Großteil aller Enden, den Großteil der Enden gespielt. Und ja, damit endet dieses Projekt. Es war, ja, ob es gut war, liegt im Auge des Betrachters. Für meine Verhältnisse, diese ganzen Möglichkeiten waren teilweise recht verwirrend. Und die Enden allerdings auch. Aber ansonsten finde ich es sehr gut. Wunderschön. Kann man mal wieder spielen. Aber erst wenn man alles wieder vergessen hat, was passiert. Gut, ich bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen. Und ja, habt einen schönen Tag. Und ja, habt einen schönen Tag, bewertet und sonst bis zum nächsten Projekt. Tschüss, euer